Hey everyone, welcome back to EverQuest, the Hero's Journey. We're here on the level 53 Shadowknight Rogue Shaman. We have 345 AA points spent with 2 AA points saved. I've been doing some AA grinding since I haven't had time to record a video. I've gotten a handful of item upgrades for the character and a bunch of additional AA abilities. I guess really quickly for the AA abilities, the most recent one I purchased was the second rank of Touch of the Cursed. I haven't actually used it yet, but that should add more damage and healing for the innate life tap proc that can occur from my melee attacks. So I'm expecting it'll be, let's see, it increases by 25 per rank. We started at 50, so it should be 75 plus, I think, spell damage. Certain amount of spell damage. We'll see how hard that hits for now. I have also purchased spell crit AAs. I forget what the name of that one was. Spell casting fury. So I got 3 ranks of spell casting fury to get my spell crit chance up to 7%. I also did 2 ranks of Fury of Magic, so that's additional spell crit. My spell crit chance, according to the stats window in the inventory, is now 11%. The reason for that is I recently found out that rogue poisons rely on spell crit and don't work off of the ingenuity AA. At least that's what I read. Seems to be true. I've noticed more crits of my poison procs, so that's nice. As far as item upgrades, can't remember what I was wearing last time I did a recording. I definitely got a new bracer. So I was wearing 2 of these bracelet of the Spirit Charmers before, 24 AC. It has some strength, wisdom, and disease poison resist, and then let's see what this augment gives. Okay, it doesn't give it. Yeah, so the this bracer has attack, heal, and spell damage. Swapped one of those out for a plate bracer with higher AC, and it has stamina, wisdom, intellect, and then heal and spell damage, and also had higher base HP, I believe. Let's see, 40. Yeah, so it did. Had 20 more base hit points. I'm getting 40 hit points from this augment in the bracer here. I got what else? We got new boots. We finally replaced the Dwarven work boots from the State of Unrest. 32 AC, 70 hit points, has some stamina, some wisdom, disease resist, poison resist, and heal amount and spell damage on it. I think the work boots were like 16 AC or something like that, so decent upgrade. Also hit points. I'm finding that I'm not needing the stats as much, so I can sacrifice a few stats here and there for other stats. Like some of my stats are at the cap, I think. What else did we get? We did get this ring, which we're working on upgrading to legendary. Probably going to replace the Jarn's amethyst ring once we get this one upgraded. Oh, got a steel wrap visor to replace the layering mask that we had from Najena. Huge upgrade there. I think the layering mask was 6 AC and 10 hit points, something like that, and a couple, like 6 dex. So yeah, so we got some strength, some agility, a bunch of hit points, mana, AC, attack accuracy. The mask, I think I mentioned in one of my previous recordings, was one of my weakest pieces. So I was glad to finally get this one upgraded to legendary. We did manage to get this charm. I think eventually I'll try to upgrade it to legendary, or at least look at what the legendary version looks like to see if it's worth upgrading to legendary. Don't know if it will be better than the Charm of Deception, which seems quite good. I don't know what that one looks like legendary-wise either. So got options there. And we did get these shoulders, which have very good AC, but I've been unsure about whether I would use them in place of the ones that I have from Dulac Harbor. So we'll see. I really like the high fire resist on this. There's some nice heroic stats on it, but you know, I guess I would have to see this etched Zeraxthil pauldrons in the legendary state to make the call on whether I would use them or not. So we are back in the Torgiran mines, and I realized I believe I was reading or saying it wrong in a previous recording. I think I said Torgiran, but it's Torgiran, Torgiran. I'm after another one or a couple of these fingerbone rings to get that one up to legendary. They drop off the Broken Skull Seer. So I was going to make my way over there, see if he's up, and if not, take out his placeholder. My most recent session that I didn't record, I was grinding here. I think in the same area that I did the previous recording. There he is, Broken Skull Seer. So another thing I found out about the rogue class and poisons recently is that crop hide cowl. I've gotten a few of those. I've just been giving them to the tribute master. The rogue poisons that I had been using, the vendor purchased ones, are not. I mean, they're fine, but they weren't the best that I could be using. You can make better ones with the poison making skill. Let's see. So I did up my poison making a little bit. I'm at 163, so okay, 164, and let's search for like 225. Of the Shisar poisons seem to be the ones that are best to use. I am currently using Hate of the Shisar, but I've seen I don't know, conflicting reports about which one is better. Hate of the Shisar, the direct damage proc for Hate of the Shisar is very high. I don't think I've had it go off here. Oh yeah, so here's one. Or from earlier, I hit something for 2205 with my Hate of the Shisar Poison Strike, and this is only strike 4, so it's not even the highest level one. It's just what I was making to skill up. So it has high damage, but it doesn't proc as often. There's another one, forget what that one's called. Hang on, 64, like, not hate, maybe it was Anger of the Shisar. Anger of the Shazar. I think it was Anger. And that one does less damage when it procs, but it seems to proc more often. So it's kind of a trade-off. Do you want bigger hits less frequently, or do you want smaller hits more frequently? I think what I'll end up probably going with is the more frequent procs. Might even sell the ones that I made and just, yeah, I have a bunch of them here. I have 72 of them that I made. So I was unaware and totally sleeping on those. I didn't know that the rogue poison merchant in the bazaar sells all the reagents that you can use to make those poisons, and the ones that you make are better than the ones that you can just purchase off the vendor. Like, significantly better. They do have a level requirement, so the ones I'm using require level 50. If you were to compare that to the straight vendor purchased one that requires level 50, it's like double the damage or something. It's, I don't know exactly the amount, but it is much better. So I definitely recommend, if you're playing a rogue class, use the poison that you make instead of poison that you purchase off the vendor. Got another AA point there. Yeah, see, I just hit him for 2600 with the Hate of the Shisar poison. I don't have any Anger of the Shisar poison made at the moment. Otherwise, I would click this off and show you the damage. I did make some Strike of, oh goodness, Shrazera. Yeah, another one of those words that never attempted to say out loud. This one also applies a buff to your character, similar to clicking the Hate of the Shisar poison, but it's a one-shot direct damage, and it's high damage. And it's 10-second recast. So hang on a second, I'll click this off. I'll use Strike. And then hopefully I don't assassinate something before it goes off, but I think it just goes off on the first shot. Which one do we want to get? Get these guys. There we go. We'll look for it. Oh, he resisted it. Alright, we'll try to click it in combat and see what happens. Bam. I think he resisted it again. Oh, hey, I got an egg. Oh. Okay, there we go. They are resisting these like crazy. Hang on, let me analyze them. Wait for the cooldown on this. There we go. Man, I wasn't aware. I haven't used them in a while. Seem to be getting heavily resisted on them. So, but you can see it has one charge here, whereas the Hate of the Shisar, Anger of the Shisar, and I think Strike of the Shisar just have like a duration. They don't have a charge limit. That's another thing. The ones that you purchase off a vendor, they have a charge limit. So they will last for 2 hours or whatever it is, but or until you proc it X amount of times, whatever the limit is on the charges. Man, haven't hit a single thing with these. Alright. Well, if they're not going to work, I might as well burn through them, I guess. I'll just keep applying them until they're gone. A couple more named over in this room here. Or did I already kill them? I guess I did. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with the poison being resisted so much. Right here, this guy, there's a robed Luggled guy that spawns. Either the Abomination or the robed Luggled guy. And he's the one that dropped these boots. I don't think I actually got a legendary version off of him. I got 2 enchanted versions, and then I consumed one of them and powered it up in my power slot there. Alright. Did he resist that one? So he did not resist it, but it was only 800 damage. So yeah, I'm not really sure what the use case is here if they're going to be so heavily resisted. Okay, so there's one. Strike of the Shrazera, 4,500 damage. It actually worked. Yeah. Had to go through like 15 of them before I actually got a decent damage proc on it. Definitely not something I'm going to be making more of, I don't think. There's a name. This guy is a placeholder for a named too. Oh, he resisted. Another AA point. He resisted. I don't know what the heck's going on here. Like, these guys are resisting these like crazy. Like, even with the poison. Debuff. Also, my Touch of the Curse is going nuts. That next rank brought it up to 172 points of damage per proc. That's pretty nice. Maybe I should have done that sooner. I think I'm nearing the end of my time here in the Torgiran mines. The only item that I wanted to finish upgrading here was this ring, and even I'm not sure if I'm going to stick around to wait for it to be upgraded or get another version. So we'll see. Broken Skull Death Guard. So this is a placeholder for the Seer. Alright, let's see. Poison. Did we get him with that poison? Nope, he resisted. Resisted. I wonder if it only works if you like open up from hide and sneak or something. So I am in the open world version of the mines here. Oh, resisted. Resisted. Yeah, I think I'm probably just going to burn through these and never use them again. Alright. How is that? So he had Hallucinate and a poison resisted buff on him and still resisted the strike poison. I feel like something's up. Like, I don't know. Last time we were here, this guy was up. Like, he was there, but you couldn't interact with him. And I was wondering if I came back here in the open world if I could get him again, but seems like he's not there. I wonder if he's up in the non-respawning instance. Yep, he resisted the poison. Another AA point, wow. Those guys are like in the wall or something? If you don't know, if you're close enough to like target something, you can right click on them on the map to obtain a target. And then I just sent my pet in after them to bring them out. This room down here with the Luggles, it's a little weird. I guess I'll go back. I cleared it out a handful of times in one of the personal instances I was in, and this water spirit thing spawned, and I was able to interact with it and hail it and talk to it, and it asked me if I wanted to fight or like, I don't know, like basically it gives you choices on like different things to spawn, and then when you tell it, it disappears and spawns a Luggold of the type that you told it to. Not quite sure what that's for. I don't know if it's a request or some type of a event. Yeah, so like there was a water elemental, watery spirit I think it was called, that spawns there once I clear this room out. We'll see if it happens here. There it is. He doesn't aggro, he's indifferent. You can hail him. He talks about young spirit of flesh and blood nearby. Those that wish to corrupt it have trapped the spirits and four foursome beasts within this magical pool. They are known as the Frenzy, Berserk, Fury, and Rage spirits. Tell me which of these you choose to cleanse from the pool. Be forewarned, these are powerful creatures that can rarely be matched in battle. The few that I've told it to spawn, I've been able to kill easily, and they've been indifferent when they do spawn and have not dropped anything aside from like trash loot. Don't remember which ones I picked before. I'll try Rage. Yeah. Enraged. I think I might have picked him before too. I don't know. Yeah, he's indifferent. He doesn't respond to hails. Try it. You know, I don't. Yeah, I tried looking up online. Like if you're supposed to give these guys something, they part of request. I couldn't find any information on it, so I just killed them, and yeah, got nothing. Yeah, that one didn't even drop anything. A little bit of an experience, but that's it. Oh, I actually hit him with that one. 1700 damage. Wonder what the next rank of Touch of the Curse at 9 points. Ouch. Might go after that though. It was a pretty nice increase with up to 170.2 points of damage per proc with just one rank increase. Only 948 points of damage on that one. Did hit him. See if the Seer is back up. Where does he spawn? Looks like the Foreman is up here. Where does the Seer spawn? Nope, that's Bishop spawns. Seer potentially here. Well, that's at least a placeholder. Oh, placeholder. Got another AA point. When the Easter event ends, I think everybody's going to be feeling some pain. Probably got used to the 50% experience bonus and these swarm pets and yeah, I opened up a legendary egg and got another title, a suffix title for the Wiggler. Just claimed that. And let's be the Wiggler. There we go. Okay. We'll try to get ourselves killed here. Not so much. Okay, where are we here? Here, try to go down here. Can we target? Make a little train here. Try to make use of the rabbit bear. Hopefully not get ourselves killed. Alright, Rabbit Bear just faded. Not bad. All those Shadowknight Necro mobs are very annoying. Chew up your buffs. I was listening to the Q&A that the devs do weekly, and they mentioned that they're going to be adding a map filter button to the map in-game. There's currently a map filter like command. I don't know if it's a slash or a pound. Pound map filter slash map filter. Yeah. So you can do like map. You can show corpses, and you can do like custom map filters if you want to search or like have it only show a specific mob name. It'll only show if you're in range though. But it'll hopefully make it a little easier to use the map filter if there's like a button, than having to look through the chat and figure it out that way. Also heard that they're buffing Rabbit Bear. It feels good enough to me, but maybe it's underperforming for what they intended. So I'll take it. I think they said they're removing the haste effect, but adding a I don't know, like a multi-attack effect or something. I forget what they called it, 100 hands or something like that. I don't know. The way they portrayed it was that it was going to be better than the current state, though. So I'll take that. I think they also said the stats that you're supposed to get from it don't work right now or something, and that they will after the change. Is that another AA? Yep. Alright. Well, we'll take Touch of the Curse rank 3, I guess. Ring of Leadership and this decent one-hand slash. It's pretty cool to see it's all though. Like there are classes that don't have a one-hand slash skill. Although I don't know if anybody in this version of the game would play a 3-class combo where at least one of them doesn't have a one-hand slash skill, so I don't know. In like live or classic versions of the game, there are some weapons like of various like skills, like one-hand blonde, two-hand blonde, etc., that are usable by all classes, or at least classes that don't have those combat skills. So while you can wield it and you can swing it, your chances of hitting with it are almost nothing. Alright, let me rebuff my stuff here. Stat buffs, attack, I'll do Grimoire, Spirit of Beely, and then Dark Temptation. going to fill up the first bunch of slots. I don't want to put my poison up there and have it overwritten or dispelled. Alright, we'll use up this last strike of the Shrazera, and then we will never make those again. Unless they change them or something. Or maybe I'm using them wrong, I don't know. Alright, where would the Seer, check on him. Not there. Like the foreman's up again. Oh, placeholder for the Seer. Yeah, so right there, I just hit 3,500 points of damage with my Hate of the Shissar poison. Now again, it's not a frequent proc, but it does a bunch of damage and doesn't seem to get resisted as frequently as the... Yeah, there's one for 2,200. Doesn't seem to get resisted as frequently as that one-shot poison. I'm gonna dump a bunch of these. These are 1 copper, quest item or something. Let me just take up inventory space. What else can we dump? Not sure. I'm gonna make a run back over to the mine area. Huh. Oh, mercenary. Yeah, I think he drops like a gold coin or something. It's a trinket. Oh, those are the shoulders I was talking about earlier that I wanted to see how they were when they were legendary. So lose a bunch of stamina. Although this, nope, yeah, 25 stamina. That would be a tough loss. Definitely something to think about. I don't know. I like the spell damage. Don't like losing the attack and accuracy, or I guess the accuracy, it's only one attack. Probably make that up in the heroic strength and strength. The dexterity loss would be not great. The heroic dexterity helps with assassinate procs. So yeah, I don't know. Probably gonna keep using my current ones. That's the zone out. It's not where I want it to go. I want to go this way. I've gotten a couple of interesting items like this here in this zone. Items with like charges of spells. One of them had fear, trepidation, so like higher level fear. Another one of them had gate. This one's got Memblur. I think there might have been one other one. I don't remember. Let's see if I can find some these guys. Bruisers and bashers. Got some keys off them? Yes, okay. Apparently, if you turn the keys into the resistance miners, you can start an event or spawn a named or something. Never tried that before, so I figured I'll give it a shot. A resistance miner, here we go. Hello. I don't know if they like me or don't like me. Dubious. Maybe that just wasn't enough. I don't know how many you have to turn in there. Maybe look for some more of the bruisers. There's one coming up the tunnel here. I also don't know if if it matters whether you give them all the same one or don't want to give it to the pet. Looks like there's a bruiser over there. Oh. Now to locate the key. It's got to be in the inventory here somewhere, right? Oh, there it is. The Broken Skull Brawler? He looks a little named-ish. Maybe we'll go get him. If I can figure out how to get there. Hang on. There he is. Signet of Visions? Okay. Looks like a yellow con named over there. Okay. And these mines are so confusing. Where are we here? So we're gonna go, hang on a sec. Sneak, hide. Is that where I saw the ant? No, it wasn't. But this guy is named. What did he drop? Halfling ribcage. Caster shield. Alright, go north here. The mutated laborer. Oops, he fell over. Let's see. Carved stone mask. Yeah, so Blessing of Faith. There's no charges on that? Huh. Free spell haste. That's an interesting one. I think the Overseer was the one that, like, there's an event or something associated with him that is supposed to kick off when you turn in X amount of keys. Alright, I'm tired dealing with the full inventory, so let me pause and go to the Bazaar and sell. Alright, we are back. Tried to make that as quick as possible. I didn't even deal with the like named loot Just sold all the junk to the vendor. I'm gonna take a peek over here in the overseer's room. I don't know how many keys I've turned in, but feels like that should have been enough. I don't know. I wonder if there's a cooldown on the event, or the event doesn't work on this server. Not sure. Alright, well, let's head back over to the troll area. See if we can check on the seer. Hopefully he is up. No, that's not the way we want to go. It's this way. Yeah. Here. No. Okay. Maybe I'll try and look into the whole key thing a little more. Still the only one in the zone. This guy drops a cloak with like 8 resists. Yeah. The legendary version I think is 16 resist and 4 heroic resist for each. I've gotten a few of them. There he is. Hey, he had one of the rings. Another AA point there. Nice crit poison right there, 6,900. 5,900 poison crit. Always gets a little dicey when pulling large packs like that from the start until you start getting some one or two of them dead and chaining the Mortal Coil and Killing Spree procs. Alright, let's see if we can tag some more. We got Raven Bear going still. I don't know if these guys, can we get them? Maybe. And if we can, will they bring anyone else with them? Oh, we got them. Although not all of them, somehow. Can you get this one? Let's get these ones. Where are they? Yeah, they're like in the wall. Yeah, I'll go get them. Hey, legendary egg. Stick another egg in the power-up slot here. Still got a minute on Rabid Bear. Their illusion faded, but that was because I used my Dark Elf illusion for the night vision. Another A point there. Alright, Rabid Bear is down. That's always a nice AA boost. Get my buffs back up that were overwritten by those Shadowknight debuffs from the mobs. Alright, where was that legendary? There it is. Legendary egg. Let's see what we got in that legendary egg. Oh. A legendary frozen egg of stamina. One thing I did see about these legendary augments is that in the next patch they're going to become attunable, which means if you use them, you cannot trade them after, which is fine with me. That sounds fair. Every other legendary item is tunable, so. Ear, face, neck, shoulder, back, finger, waist. I'll put it somewhere, that's for sure. If I can find where I just put it in my inventory. Oh, it kind of mixed in with the other ones. There we go. Yeah, I'm probably gonna put it here on the mask. Sure. Awesome. And we are leveling up another one here. We're at 13% to legendary. We did get this fingerbone ring, so let's throw this in here. Put that on our cursor, we'll consume it, so the ring is up to 43%. Another AA point. Alright, looks like the placeholder or the seer is up again. Looks like placeholder. Oh hey, forgot to loot some stuff from my rabid bear killing. The Broken Skull Bloodlord. Rawhide belt. Pretty decent. I think I got a legendary version of that before. Some pretty cool loot in this zone. Evident by the fact that I'm wearing 1, 2, 3 pieces and working on upgrading a 4th. So yeah, and potentially a 5th, this charm. Not quite sure if I will use the charm or not. Again, I'll have to look that one up. But anyway, I think that's going to be it for this session, guys. It's been a bit since I have had the opportunity to do a recording, so I'm a little rusty. Apologize if I was a little quiet. Still getting used to playing again, and yeah, trying to not die. But we made some good progress here. We got 2 more ranks of Touch of the Cursed. And those are expensive. I think it was 6 points each or something. But so far, I'm liking it. Let's see, most recent one hit for 197, so can't complain about that. Still doing some experimenting with the player-made Shisar poison. I will likely make some of the anger of the Shisar poison for next time and try that out instead of the hate of the Shisar. See how that feels. I think that one procs more frequently than the hate of the Shisar. So we'll check that out. But yeah, as always, I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you're enjoying the videos. And until next time, take care.